Imagine being so rich from crime that you earn $420 million every single week. You have so much cash that rats eat millions of it every year, and you still don't notice. At his peak, one man controlled 80% of the world's cocaine trade. His name was Pablo Escobar. But here is the real question. How did a poor kid from Colombia become the most powerful criminal the world has ever seen? This story is not just about drugs. It's about power, money, fear, and a man who almost took over a country. Pablo Escobar was born in 1949 in a small town in Colombia. His father was a farmer and his mother was a school teacher. Nothing about his childhood suggested he would become one of the richest criminals in history. But Escobar had one obsession very early in life. Money, lots of it. Before drugs, he was already involved in small crimes, selling fake lottery tickets, stealing cars, and smuggling electronics. For most criminals, that would be the end of the story, but Escobar was not thinking small. He was thinking global. In the 1970s, something important happened in the United States. Demand for cocaine exploded, but there was a problem. Almost nobody had the network to supply it at a massive scale. Escobar saw the opportunity before anyone else. He built an operation that moved cocaine from Colombia to the United States using planes, boats, and secret routes through Central America. Soon his organization, known as the Medellín Cartel, controlled most of the cocaine entering America. And the money? It was insane. At one point, Escobar's cartel was making more than $20 billion a year. To store the cash, they had warehouses full of money. They even spent thousands every month just on rubber bands to hold the stacks together. But Escobar didn't just rely on money. He used a strategy that became famous. Plata o plomo. Silver or lead. Take the bribe or take a bullet. Judges, police officers, politicians, many were either paid or killed. And slowly, Escobar became more powerful than parts of the government itself. But absolute power creates absolute enemies. Escobar made one massive mistake. He started bombing cities, killing politicians, and even blowing up a commercial airplane in 1989. Thousands of innocent people died. At that moment, the entire world turned against him. The Colombian government, the United States, special forces, and rival cartels all began hunting him. The king of cocaine had become the most wanted man on earth. For years, Escobar managed to hide. Ironically, he even built his own prison. Yes, a prison he designed himself, called La Catedral. Inside it, he had a soccer field, a bar, and parties. But eventually, the government tried to move him to a real prison. Escobar escaped. That escape started the final manhunt. In December 1993, authorities finally located him in Medellín. After a chase across rooftops, Pablo Escobar was shot and killed. He was 44 years old. Here's the strange part of the story. Even today, decades later, some people in Colombia still see him as a hero. Why? Because he built houses for the poor, soccer fields for kids, and gave away millions. To them, he wasn't just a criminal, he was a Robin Hood figure. But the reality is far darker. His empire left thousands dead and helped fuel one of the most violent drug wars in history. Pablo Escobar proves something powerful about human nature. When money, power, and fear mix together, one person can almost bend an entire country to their will. And that's why the world still talks about him today.